Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will give you the second example of the CDS table function which we will be needing as part of this particular application. Along with that, we will combine some of the other table to get our final result. So let's get started. To revise what we have done till now, so we are creating based on this report the CDS data model which we can consume in our RAP. So we saw our report and analyzed in detail and one by one all the data fetching part which we are using the select statement, we are converting them to the CDS view. As you know already, just quickly we will recap what we have done till now. So we were getting the data from the CRSD table, and which is the work center header table. Instead of using the CRSD table, I have used I underscore work center release CDS view. Then we are using the AFVC table, which is having the operation detail which is performed on that particular work center. Based on that, we are getting all the operation detail. And since this in the output, we have to display the data production order wise and this operation detail wise. So that is the reason this ITAFVC, we have the main table where we are looping through the data to create the final table. So that is the reason before based on CRSD table we have faced the AFVC table. So we have to do inner join, and once we did the inner join, the remaining data which we are getting from based on the CRSD table, that we have to use left outer join as we discussed, because that if data is available we will display in that particular line. If it is not available we will not display, but that line should be displayed because this IT underscore AFPC table is our main table which we got, and we are looping through that table. So those data which is available in IT AFPC, that should be available in our output. So that is the reason we did till now inner join, and after that we are doing the left outer join. Instead of left outer join, we are using the association, which is performance wise good. And then we got the data from the operation detail, we got the data from the AFVV. Then we want to get the further data for the process order detail for that particular operation. Then we hit the AFKO. When we were hitting AFKO, we get to know the AFKO data not available in only AFKO table. Based on the AFKO, we are getting other details also. For example, in AFKO we have the reservation number. I want to get the reservation detail. In AFKO we have the alternative BOM number. Based on that we want to get the BOM detail. We have the production order, process order. We want to get the further process order detail. We want to get the line item data of the process order. So a lot of things we are doing in below. So that is the reason instead of directly consuming AFKO, I created the separate CDS for the AFKO or process order detail, where I am combining this all the data, and that CDS I am consuming here. Why we are doing? Because you can't use association to combine those data here. We did association to this, and if we want to do the association to the further table which is we are fetching based on the AFKO data, in that case we will be not able to do association because those fields we didn't consume till now in our this interface view, or you have to use left outer join to do that. But I don't want to do left outer join because it will be not good performance wise if we are not fetching all the fields from this particular interface view. So that is the reason we have created this base CDS, where we are getting the data from the AFKO and AFKO related data which we are fetching further. Then we went to the RESB table, so that is the reservation table. We tried to get the data based on this reservation CDS view, but when we saw the logic little bit in deeper in this report, we got to know that we can't consume directly RESB table because there is little bit trick. We have in RESB table we have the multiple line item for that particular RS num which we are getting from the AFKO table. So but in the final table they are displaying only one line. How they are displaying that one line? they are sorting that particular rs num have multiple entries, and whichever the rs num have the maximum quantity, that line they are displaying is a is in output. And from this resb table we are getting the bulk material and bulk material text, where the quantity not equal to 0 and the max quantity for that particular reservation number. So that kind of things was not possible in the normal cds view, was it is not achievable. That is the reason in my last video we have created the cds table function for that, and we wrote this logic to get the only one line, based on this only one line we based on we use the window expression partition by, and we use one row, first row, and we sorted the data based on the bdmng in the descending order, and we got the one record from this particular cds table function. Now what we will do, instead of using directly this cds, I will use this cds table function, which is this one. So control c, control v. But when I am consuming the cds table function, I have to make sure that since in my report we are passing the reservation number. If you see the report where it is, this is the program, we are passing the reservation number and bdmng quantity not equal to 0, or you can put it should be not equal to 0 or it should not be null. So I can do control shift greater than, it should be greater than 0, or you can put not equal to 0 as well. But in my cds table function, let me see if we have bdmng, where is my cds table function? This is I didn't have anything called the bdmng here. So why I didn't face the bdmng? I think I'm already filtering the based on the bdmng. I'm only passing those data in output where bdmng is not initial. So this condition is not required now. I can remove this condition. I'm only getting those data from the cds function itself where the quantity is greater than 0. Otherwise I'm not getting the data also, data itself. So that is the reason it is not required. So I have combined this cds table function, the cds table function result, with my afko table. Whenever we will fetch this material and material text, that is basically bulk material and bulk material text, that time I will consume this cds. Otherwise I will not consume. If wherever I am consuming in front end Fury, if you are selecting this fields, bulk material and bulk material text for display, then only this join will happen, otherwise join will not happen. So like that we have done. So this is one cds table function we have created, and we saw how we have to create the real-time cds table function. Now next, in the next part of our report, what they are doing, once they got the data from the resb table, they are getting the, for that particular bulk material text they are getting. That we have already done in my cds table function. So we can ignore this one now. Not ignore, we have completed, so we can proceed further. So now what we will do, once we got the data from this resb table, they are again hitting the MAKT table. Real time, ideally when we create even classical report also, we should not hit one table multiple time, always make sure. But they did wrong way, but it's okay for us because we are developing using this one. So now what we will do in this one, based that PL and BEZ is there, that is the material number which we are getting from our process order AFKO. For that also they are getting the material text. I need to get that, for that also material text in my output, along with this material number. I'm getting just as of now the material, I want to get the material text. So as I told you in my previous video also, we can use directly this I product text. Anyway, this is now not needed, gr ram reservation, because it's not useful. I can delete this cds function, cds view entity. Instead of that, I have created the cds table function. So but I can use some logic which is required in our case, to join the, which I have already explained why we are using this reservation text table. The same way I will pass in the product text table, the material number will be different. This time we will pass the PL and BEZ instead of the Metner, and we will get the our another table. So it's control V. So we got this one, and this time we will pass the PLEBZ and we will get the material text from this underscore text table. And I can do the, I can expose this also as a, so it can be consumed in further CDS view wherever we are using this one, and I can activate Control F3. So this also done, and now I can delete this gram underscore reservation, or let it be. I will delete after some time. Might be we can use something from, or we can use this CDS for some other purpose. So let's see. So as of now, I have activated this one, and we are getting the, for material also we got the text, and we got the reservation table also. For that tax we are getting using the CDS table function. Again, you can think here also we are getting the hitting the MAKT multiple time, but that is wrong. If you face that particular field, then only you are hitting multiple time. But it is all the operation is happening in database. You no need to worry together. Not, we are not going one by one like we have to use, you used to do in the classical programming. Hit one time, then come back, hit one time, come back. Because the CDS data model, when we consume, it will run entirely together at the database level. So we no need to worry about that one. If that field got fetched, then only we will be hitting that particular table. Now next thing, we got the text also. Now we have to get the data for MARC, some production supervisor we have to get. The production supervisor, I think we have available in AFKO table also, but I want to get in the same way how we are getting currently. So for that we have another CDS view for the production supervisor released CDS view that we can use, like we have used the release CDS for I underscore product text. So what you have to make sure, at least for the master data, these are, we have to use the release CDS view, that those CDS view for the master data available in the our lower version also, 2022 version, 2021 version, even some of the CDS are available in 2019 version also. So that is the reason, instead of using directly MARC table, you can use those CDS view. For that you have to find out, either you have to see some latest version and from there you have to see, or you can take help of the internet. But directly you some of the basics we already know. For the material Mara table we have I underscore product, for MAKTX table we have I underscore product underscore text, for MARC in the same way we have I underscore product underscore plant basic, that is hitting the basically the MARC table view. So this is again the, if you see this view here, let me open and let me see the properties of this view in API state. It is released one, we can directly consume this one. But if you go to Mara table, that is not released for use, but we can use at least this one, contract C1 already released. Even it is not released for cloud development, but it is released. So we, instead of consuming directly MARC table, I would like to consume I underscore product plant basic table. So let me control C, and same way we have to do the association. Let me do shift F1, so it will arrange the in proper format. Let me do one more time association. This time for that, if you see in the code, we are passing the only the material and we are passing the plant from the selection screen, but we have here material also and we should have the plant as well. So let me see the material we have. Okay, one more thing, we don't have plant here. We have to get the plant from one of the table and we have to see here. Or what we can do, we can join this MARC release CDS view here, because here we have the material as well and the plant as well. But as of now, let me skip this part. I will do later point of time. Let's move to the next part. In the next part, what we are doing, we are getting the some other detail from the order master data. Only those order I am getting where the order type is equal to 40. I am not getting the other order. I think that is the material related order which we are getting. That can be the process order, can be created based on the sales order as well, and based on the bulk we can say that BOM material as well. So they want to get order type 40 only, so no need to go in that functionality, but they want to get the order type 40. And once they got this from order master data order type 40, you have to see that where they are using this table, they are using this table to modify our main table, AFKO table. So in this, they are copying this AFKO table to the AFKO temporary table, and then this temporary, they deleted the AFKO table, they're looping through AFKO temporary table, reading the AUFK table, and if the entry with this order number is exist in the AUFK table, then those entries only they are considering in AFKO table. So if you think in lightly, basically they are doing the, either they can do the for all entries itself. First they can face the AUFK and then AFKO use based on the AUFK. They didn't do initially that part. They might have missed and they write this logic later point of time. That might be the reason. But in this case, they are doing straightforward. Those entries only they are considering which is available in AUFK. So I can say they are doing the inner join here. So I have to do the same thing I did already for you guys before when I was seeing this particular logic for the MARC. I forgot to record that session, but I did already. I just want to explain. So what I did here, I did the inner join for AUFK order master table. I have given the order master table, and the same thing, order number I have passed, then order type equal to 40. Since I did the inner join here, I will get only those entries from AFKO and AUF. Those entries are available in AUFK and the order type is a 40. So that is the reason you can see this 2 additional line when I started video again. So this is one thing. After that, since in this case now we are using the AUFK table and we filtered out this particular all the data, so this is the way, and we have to use further this object number. In further they are using the object number also. We can get this object number from this order header order master table. Control C, so I can get the, and if you see the AUFK table, let me open the AUFK table, order master table. The key field we have the AUFNR only. There is the only one key field apart from the client, that is the order number. So for one order number there will be one entry, and so in that case the cardinality also will go well. But in this case I am using inner join, I no need to worry. So which order is available in the AFKO, those only I will get. So no need to worry about that. And now we are getting the object number from this particular order master. Control C, and I can add one more additional field from this one, that is called object number. OBJ, we have OBJNR order master, OBJNR. Let me okay, because we are having this association, that is the reason we are getting error. Let me comment it out. Let me see now. Shift F1 and Control F3. Okay, so we go to that particular, we have filtered further data based on the AUFK table as well, which is the order master data. Now we will move further. What else we are doing? We have skipped, we have to make sure we are not getting still MARC data we didn't hit. That also we will do, no need to worry. But as of now, we will move to the next part of code. I will tell you why I have skipped that one. Now next part is the status. We are getting the process order status from the JES table. To understand that code, we got the object number from the AUFK table, and that object number we are passing in the JES table and getting those status, and those status text we are passing in another table called that text is a TXT30 table. So let me explain this code before going further. This is little bit tricky code. So that is the reason I will take time and explain. So first we got the object number for that particular process order, and for that object number in the JES table, those object number have those status which we want to get. So in this case they are hitting one table called the JCDS table, but this JCDS table is not used to fill any final table. But they are using this particular JCDS table. If I come here where they have used, once they got the data, where else they are using, just I want to check. Once they got the data from JCDS, In the processing part, where they are reading this JCDS data based on the object number, and if they are getting the data, they are filling the font of that particular color font. They are using the green font, and color inverse equal to 1. They are just doing some what we can say, it is older status or newer status, might be they are doing some coloring thing. As of now, I want to ignore this one. I will work how we can do in Fiori coloring and all that we will see, but we want to focus as of now on the data part. So as of now, I am not getting any data from the LTJCDS. So here you can use next annotation. Before using the next annotation, you have to select ABAP occurrence, and you have to unselect other unnecessary things, breakpoints and the watch points, everything you have to deselect and just use ABAP occurrence. Then you can easily navigate up and down where this particular field is used further. So here we are using in select multiple places. First they got the based on the process order object number, which is we are getting currently from AUFK table, that is status. Then they are the same thing, they got from the where is next used. So let me use LTJCDS and select next. Then they got this again the data from JCDS, but this time they got based on the object number of the operation. In AFVC we have the object number of the operation. Based on that they are getting, first they are getting the based on the process order status number, and second they are getting the based on the operation numbers object number status from the JCDS table. And once they got this detail, and they have used finally this detail just to coloring final output. But as of now, I don't want to use for coloring, so I will be not getting any data from the JCDS. That is not relevant as of now. We want to focus as of now on the output. So next part, what they are doing, so I can ignore JCDS data fetching part, but the most important part we have to display in output, the status text. So status they are displaying, that status they will get from the JEST table. Who worked in process order, production order, in PP, they know what is the JEST table. But if you don't know, if you want to get the status of any process order, production order, then the table is the JEST table we can use, where we have to pass the object number, which you will get from the AUFK object number. And you can get, as of now, the users want to display only these status in the output. That is the reason we are passing these status, and which is currently active. Inactive not equal to X. Inactive not equal to X means inactive equal to space, means those are not inactive. Inactive not equal to X. If inactive equal to X means currently it is inactive. So those are not inactive, those status we want to discuss. We can say it is active. It is a little confusing, but we want to display the active status. Once they get the status from JEST table, status will just give the status number like I001, I002. Some of them I can explain. 76 if we have deleted, 45 if we have echoed that particular process order. Suppose 46 when we display when we have closed this process order, and 76 if it is deleted. Then these are the status are usually we use frequently. And for this status number we want to get the text of the status. Then we are hitting the another table called the GEJ02 table. Before going that, not only they are getting the status for the process order object number, they are getting the status for the operation order number as well. Operation, what is the status, what is this operation is performed or not, how much, what is the status of operation. So basically they don't want to get all the status of operation, they just want to get the I0017. I don't know what is this I017. Let me open this status text table, and you can just do F8. You will get all the status detail here. You can see what all are the description, or you can filter out, and you can put your status which you want to see the. So you can see this is scheduled. If you in English language, if you see only the operation which is scheduled, those status we want to get. And apart from that, you want to see any other status, you can pass those status values like I00, 45, 01, 46, and you can check from this IJ02 T table where you will get the description of these all the status. So like that, we need to hit now two table. One is the JS table to get the status, and second is the this table EJ02 to get the text description table. Why we are hitting multiple times JS table? One with the object number of the process order, and second with the object number of the our operation. Now that is fine, we can hit the table. But if suppose I will do the join, I got the object number here, I can do the association with the JS table, since JS table will be having multiple entries, because one order number can have multiple entries. Let me show you that also. If you open the JS table, I have, for that let me open one production order as well. Let me open my normal report, and if I do F8, so you will understand better way. That is the reason I am showing. It is taking little bit time. Some guys say your videos are very long, because if you want to do go real time, obviously the videos will be long only, otherwise we will not, I will be not able to explain properly. So for example, I want to see this process order. Let me take one process order which is having a lot of, for example, this process order, third line item. What is the process order number? 260. Let me open this process order. I want to display this one. So if you open the process order, you can see it is release, PRT, these many status it went to. Let me open this status in the process order in my JS table. So you can go to the program, open the JS table, pass this. First I have to open AUFK table, and I have to get the object number of this particular status. So you can go to the AUFK table, do F8, pass the, you can filter on the AUFNR, pass this your object number and enter. You will get the object number as well. You can select the column. I don't want to see these many column. I want to deselect all. I want to select on the AUFNR, mandate is fine for me, and I want to select the object number OBJNR, and you can select like this, and you can click on OK. Now it will show you only the object number for that order number. I don't want to here and go there. I want to go. I can copy this object number, Control Y, not Control Y, Control C I can do, and this is not GUI. We have to do Control Y in the GUI. Now I want to see the status in the JS table for this object number. So you can go to the JS table directly, JEST table. We are passing the object number. So I will open the JS table. Let me do F8, and I will pass the object number. Quick filter on this object number, and let me Control O, Control V. Let me see. Oh, okay, there is no object number. Control O, Control V. It copied entire line. Instead of that, let me go to AUFK table. I right click on that, copy. Let me click copy cell, and let me go to JS table again. Control O, Control V, and then click on enter. For this order, where inactive, what condition we are passing when we are getting the data, where when the inactive equal to not equal to X. So in this case, if you see the data preview, I will get these many status. These are the inactive, means it is currently inactive equal to X, means it is inactive. Apart from this, these many status I will get. So for one process order, we have the multiple status. If I do the association here, so this will increase the number of line which we are getting from this particular CDS, and ultimately it will increase the number of line in my output. But if you see the current output of this particular CDS, let me come back one step back and show you, not CDS, this report, they are not displaying one process order, they are displaying one process order, operation line number combination, that is displaying the line, and all the status they are displaying in the comma separated list. That how you will get to know how they are concatenating. If you select again ITJS and come down here, and where they are reading this table, we have to go that same part. So here what they are looping through this table, they have used for some other purpose, but as of now I am focusing on how they are displaying the text. So you can see they are looping through the ITJS table based on the object number. They read the text, they are concatenating this text, and they are filling this LV status. Same, they read the text for the, this is for the operation order number. The same thing they did for the operation also, they for operation object number also they have passed, they loop through that one and they combine this text, and finally this text they are passing in final status table, and that is the reason in the final output we can see this particular one line, all the status combined. So in the CDS we can get the multiple line, but I should not get the multiple line this status. I have to combine this all the status is one line and I have to display in the one line. But using the CDS data modeling it is not possible. Data modeling always combine the lines and it will display multiple line only. It will not combine one line. So for that purpose, obviously I have to write some logic like the same way what we have written here. We will be needing the CDS table function. So for this particular status field, I will create the another CDS table function where I concatenate all the status, and for the one order I will get one status in the output. That let me take a pause, and that I will do after this. Not only that, we are using this status to avoid some process order display in output. For example, we have one in our selection screen, we have one checkbox. If this checkbox is selected, then we are checking here. If this checkbox is not selected, then we are not displaying the process order which got decoded and closed, and some of the process order which got deleted, those also we don't want to display in output. So wherever we are selecting this flag, those process order I don't want to display in output. That also I have to incorporate in my logic. For that purpose, it's not, as I told you, it's not possible to create normal CDS view. So we will go with the CDS table function. To create the CDS table function, for this one, we'll right click on the data definition and new data definition and give appropriate name. You can give GRAM, this is the name we can give, or you can put the process order or status for the process order, something you can put status of the process order. You can click on next button, select the appropriate TR, select the table function in this case because we are going to create table function, and you can click on the finish button. It will create one CDS table function in the system. What I will do, what all are the things I need in output, I have to think out now. So first thing, based on my report, okay, let it create first, taking time. Obviously I will be needing the status. Apart from status, what I need to pass in this CDS, I need to pass the object number. I will be needing the object number. So let me use template and recreate this one, since it is not, I was not able to create. So where is the CDS, and I can do control space, define new table function, define table function with parameter. I can enter and it got created. So I need client field obviously, so I can use the mandate. Apart from that, I will be needing the object number field which I will pass in the CDS table functions to get the status, and I will get is in return I will get as a string. I want to fill this particular string text 30, so I want to get the string after concatenating all the result. When I pass one object number, it should return only one entry with concatenated status. So that I want. Apart from that, I want to know which object number I am passing, which is having this status called echo and closed. For that I need one flag, and if it is deleted, for that I need one flag, because echo and closed will be based on our selection screen filter, and this deleted I will never display. Or if you want to create the selection screen filter one more for deleted, that also again user can select if he want to display deleted process order or not, that also we can do. So for that also we will be needing the one field. So total 4 fields we will be needing, so apart from the mandate. So let me comment it out, this one I don't want to create with the parameter. This is the, and I have already these 4 fields. I don't want to go through again these all the things. So as of now I am using this care one, instead of creating the new variables, I just use the care one, that is the flag. but you can create the data element. Why I want to create the data element? Because I want to display in output appropriate name. So that is the reason. That way we will do later. As of now, I will put the care one. I don't want to create data element and domain. And apart from that, we have object number from the JS table and status which we want to get. These 4 things we need. I have to give obviously some appropriate table function class ZCL it should start, and we can create one. We already created one class for our table function. Same class I can use, and in the same class I can create the another method. So I have already this ZCL RAM process order class. I will use the same class name, Control C. Let me maximize again, and let me go to my CDS table function again, and I will use the and method name I will use different. So get status I can use get underscore status, or you can put process order status or whatever the value you want to put, and you can do Control 1. First activate this one, Control F3. It will create one CDS table function, and you can do Control 1. Control 1, create this method. So in this class, one method is additionally created. Let me open here. So you can see we have already one method for the get reservation detail. Now another method is called get status for table function, but this time we have the different table function. We have used ZR RAM reservation table function. This time we have the process order status table function. Step 1. And we have already code for the get reservation detail, but we have to write now code for the this get status, where we have to get for one object number that status in the text. I have written the code already and I will explain, don't worry. And one more thing, how to change this background color, since we want to know this is not the ABAP language, this is the SQL script language, and this is the ABAP language. So if you want to change this background color, you can go to the Windows, Preferences, Font and colors are there. We have font and colors and font. You can search for here embedded language background color, and you can edit and change, because gray was not looking good and we are not able to see properly. So that is the reason I converted into pink, and so now we can see all the things properly. So that is the another thing. One thing I just want to explain how we are getting the data now. As I told you, if I would have written this code, it would have taken very much time. It will might be taken 15-20 minutes. I just want to explain. I also did research and then wrote this code. So I don't know these are the functions we can use directly, because I'm not that much familiar with the SQL script. Okay, so this is, I have explained in my last video also how to get the current client and current language. That is very, we can declare the variable and we can get the current client and the current language where this table function called from. Once you get that, now we already explained we need to hit 2 tables. One is the JS table, another is the TJ02T table to get the status description. So I did the left outer join how we normally do in the ABAP. But here we have to make sure whenever you do the join or whenever you put the where condition, you have to put the client field. Because if you don't put the client field, this is running on the database level, it will fetch all the client data. So you mandatorily have to put the client field in the left outer join as well, and you have to put the mandatorily client on the where condition also. So you have to basically here put b dot mandate. But status table, one more thing I found out, if you see TJ02T table, Control C, this is not the client dependent table, but still, because there is no client field in this table, but still we want to get the current client data only. I want to check, I don't want to check other data. So I pass the a dot mandate, the first table, the current client, and in current client what all are the object number, those only I am passing in the on condition, or those status for this object number, whatever the status I am getting from those table, those only I am passing in the B status. And we have to pass the SPRAS language, which language user logged in, which we have got it here. So this is on condition on left outer join. This is, we are joining 2 table and on condition. Till here very easy, normal. This we would have done in the CDS also, so we don't need to worry. And this also we would have done CDS. We can put the where condition in CDS. Obviously we can put the inactive, we can do the group by, this all things we can do in the CDS easily. But what we can't do this in the CDS, this particular function we can't do. We can't aggregate one column, entire column data in the single field. That can be done using this string aggregator function, which is available in CDS table function, or you can say in SQL script. I was also not aware, since it is not available in ABAP as well. In advanced ABAP also not available, in the CDS not available, but it is available in the SQL script. So this is the one of the important interview question. Some functionality which is not available in ABAP, not available in CDS, but it's available in CDS table function, SQL script. For that purpose also we create the CDS table function. So this is real-time use case, you can say. So a string aggregated function, what it will do, it will take this second column which is coming from the B table, and it will put the comma separator list, and it will aggregate that column B text 3. Because why it aggregate those all column? Because I use here group by. In the group by, I am using the mandate and the object number. I am grouping the result based on the object number. For one object, I want to get one result. But one object, we will be having multiple tags 30. So that need to be grouped in one column. So that is the reason I use the string aggregator. I pass the column which I want to aggregate that one. Aggregate means I want to concatenate that string, and I pass the separator, and then you can do that text if you want to order by descending or ascending order in particular format, or you can take ages as well, depending on the how your current report is displaying. So as of now I put order by b.text30 descending order, and I put the status as a status. Till here I got the status. There is no problem. I use the string aggregator function, I was getting, but I have to get to additional field. I want to see that along with that the process order which I have passed the object number, that is got closed, deleted or echoed or not. For that purpose I have passed, if that a.status is this one, then I will put X in my echo close field. Otherwise, one more thing, if a status is X, this particular status as a deleted, then I will put deleted as a X. But if I do this kind of thing, but a.status table can have the multiple field again. For example, for the one object number, we will be having the multiple status. So I don't want to display again multiple lines, because I have already grouped by. So I can't directly put this case statement and get one field from the a status. I can't get status, because status particular status field. If I get the single field, I will get in multiple entries. Then this object number will be repeated. But I did group by as a mandate and object number. So what I did to avoid, since I know either I will get X or I will get the space. So whatever I use the max function, you can use any minimum function or anything you can use, and you just want to get one value out of that. So that is the reason I put the max function, and I got as a result as a single value, and that we are displaying in the final output. Again, I took little bit help of internet, ChatGPT, a lot of things. Then I created this CDS table function. Okay, this is thing because I am also, as I told you, I'm not expert in the SQL script. I'm also learning a lot of things new when I'm creating the video. So that is the one reason I usually create the video. So this is how we created the CDS table function. Let me do F8 and see the result. Do we are getting the appropriate result or not? So let me increase this one. We have only 4 field. One is the object number. For first we have to check for each object number I should get only one entry. I am getting the object number. The object number should not be repeated anywhere. One thing, and for each object number we are getting all the status or not, that we have to verify. You can see this is released, partially confirmed, material committed and delivered. These are the, so here we have deletion flag. You can see wherever you can see status have the deletion flag, you can see the X in the deletion flag. Something is techo and closed is also there. Let me descending order. Okay, quick distinct value. Okay, there are some values which is having the techo and closed. Let me put filter then which is techo and closed. Quick filter on this one and put as a X and enter. So you can see as soon as I put the filter on the takeoff close equal to X, I got all the X in the takeoff close field, and you can see it is returned description also technically completed. So that is the reason we are getting X. If it is deleted also, then we will get the deletion flag as a X. So that means our CDS table function is working perfectly without any issue. Now I can join this CDS table function with my main CDS, where I can pass this object number here and I can get this status, echo, close and deleted status. Let's do quickly. So let me do control shift greater than here. Again I have to look, it is taking time. And let me copy this GRAM process order status function. Okay, something happened here. Let me copy this one. Control C, and let me put association, control shift greater than association to this CDS table function. Is status I can put, so I will get to know I'm displaying some status here, status. And most importantly, what we have to pass, we have to pass on condition. Dollar projection I have to pass, dollar projection dot object number. I have the object number, and that object number should match with the whatever the object number we have in this one. So status, control V dot control space obj r number, and client you no need to pass, it will automatically handled when we call this defined table function, no need to worry. And the status, I want to get the status takeoff closed and this one, and I can expose this. So see, so I can use in my consumption CDSU whenever I want to use. Shift F1, control F3. So this is how we have accomplished one more milestone in our application. So I will pause this video here itself, and from here we will take in next video. I know these videos going longer and longer, but since it is real-time project, obviously it will take time. So going to next video, please like this video, share these videos with others as well. Whatever you're feeling, write it down in comment section. With that, thank you and happy learning.